Alright, now I'm going to do my second part of my Pixar. Let's jump right into it. Coming in 10th place is going to be Toy Story 2. For me, this movie is just awesome as it explores the Toy Story world. Once again, exploring these toys you care about. Toys who go to places. Emotions that are brought along. Exploring Jessie and her backstory. How emotional it gets. And how creative it is. And how realistic that is to how people truly care about toys. And where she ends up makes it so emotional. In addition to seeing, introducing to this side Buzz, Zurge, and seeing like that, seeing him and that whole reference with Star Wars, it just takes all that things you love in Toy Story and kind of just makes more fun with these toys that you get explored with in the first movie, and the whole idea of saving Woody again works. So like I said, Toy Story is one of my favorite trilogies. So hats off to the fact that it comes in at number 10. So yeah. Coming in the next place is gonna be Inside Out. For me, this was so amazing because it takes a new twist on your emotions, and going through a girl who makes a transformation in her emotions and focusing on emotions makes it a really emotional movie, as that's the whole concept of how all these emotions are supposed to work together to make up a human being, and how sadness is upset because she really cannot help. It's seeing how because they're left, joy is gone, meaning anger, disgust, and scared are the only ones left. So you see her seeing her emotions kick in as sometimes she feels kind of this weird disgustedness, seeing as she has weird kind of seeing how she has she's scared of stuff, and how she's angry, and how you see joy and sadness go through her life and show moments that emotion, because it truly shows a girl growing up and what that means while pulling on her parents' emotions. A cool funny scene. It kind of makes this funny, sad, emotional, and just a feel good. Coming in 8th place is going to be Coco. For me, this movie was interesting because it's it has twists and turns left to right, and just felt really interesting as taking another twist on the Day of the Dead, and it worked in the sense of everything that happens in it. Sadness of why her father left, that it wasn't really her fault, that all this stuff kind of was really interesting. And that big twist is really shocking, makes you feel bad for all the characters, and that just works because you get introduced with these characters and you don't at that point know what all of them represent, but then when you see it pulls on all the heartstrings while kind of making it the happiest movie to die. It truly felt cool. And it had little nods in the beginning that paid off in the end, which explains everything that gets, introduced throughout. Making it for kind of this climactic, big, exciting, ambitious kind of film. That works in the sense that the people that you see are not always in the lesson that the people you see are not always the greatest people, and that's kind of cool. And how I end up showing the world that is exciting. It gets you frustrated that this is the guy you've been celebrating this whole time. It kind of tugs on a lot of different lessons, Coming in seventh place is gonna be Monsters Inc. Again, this was kind of like a really fresh and exciting take into the Pixar universe, as you introduce Sully and Mike, and how they are just lovable, funny, and their duo is so classic and so outmatched, and it makes it for just like this, and pulling on this idea of monsters and that they have to scare humans, and then you introduce to this cute little girl and her impact, and it makes it emotional. It makes this unlikely duo into it make and to factor in this girl that you begin to care about and begin to love, just as Sully does, and how you set up all these rules in the beginning and how they do play a part at the end, while having great kind of moments, great kind of nods. That all work to kind of make this like fun, enjoyable movie with great, enjoyable, characters. Coming sixth place is gonna be Up. For me, Up was like in the first 10 minutes, I was already so. This movie for me like just it truly is realistic, because it's not afraid to show what life will happen, what life truly is one of the more realistic Pixar movies, as it shows an old man, looking back on his one adventure, and throughout the whole movie you feel the emotion as he's living the dream. The whole movie, you just feel that. Introducing all these side characters who also bring an emotional impact. And seeing the villain not being his hero. Something that was just played on in Coco, but this was like that original. This was like that original, this is my dream, I want to conquer type thing. It worked, as it truly made kind of this ultimate movie, and so iconic, as that whole scene where the house is lifting up. It truly elevates and truly is all about that emotion and about what it feels like to go through what what's his face go through what this old man's gone through. Coming fifth place is gonna be Finding Nemo. This movie for me is always emotional, because it's just about a dad just wanting his son back after he's lost his wife. After all this, and seeing the great lengths that his that his that 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 he will go to find that his Nemo's father will go to find Nemo, and showing where Nemo is, just waiting for his father. How much seeing his love for his father truly elevates things and makes it just more and more emotional, while still being heartfelt and exciting. Introduce funny characters like Dory, and how she brings an interesting impact. It kind of makes this funny, exciting, and satisfying movie as where it concludes. Exploring this kind of Pixar sea life just makes it more and more exciting and interesting. Coming in fourth place is gonna be Incredibles. This movie for me is like that, kind of this awesome, kind of like the superhero. And on a superhero note, on the action note, it works. Extending a relatable family that just so happens to be superheroes works, as it sets up in the beginning and pays off throughout the whole movie, and seeing them work together at the end, introducing these side characters like Edna, and seeing payoffs from Buddy, who becomes Syndrome, to all these characters who, maybe they're a hero, maybe they're a villain. Who's Syndrome? Who are these robots? Iconic lines, and then of course they introduce, and of course, iconic Frozone, and all these characters, they just make for like this awesome team. Coming in third place is gonna be Toys. It's gonna be Toy Story. For me, Toy Story is kind of like that. It's so emotional because I have toys. I play with them sometimes. But ultimately, for me, like it pulls on my heartstrings and shows that like Andy's evolution. It's never been so emotional when someone changes bed sheets and how they make that emotional. It works. It's just that satisfying film and seeing their toys chemistry, seeing how a cowboy and a space ranger and how their jealousy collides, and seeing Andy's transformation. It really works. My second place is gonna be Toy Story 2. Or not Toy Story 2, Incredibles 2. Sorry. This movie for me was just so amazing, so enriched with so many superhero action, so many great moments, so many great nods, so many places they go. So I just love it. With the twists, with the turns, with the action, with the reality of what Bob learning what it means to be a father. And him tapping into that reality and showing Elastigirl in the action and kind of showing, again, great lines from Frozen. Again, great lines, great moments, great more extra supers. Seeing all these people, and with still having great action, with having twists, you don't know the villain till the last 30 minutes of the movie. Makes it interesting and exciting. Coming in first place is gonna be Toy Story 3 for me. This is like one of the saddest movies ever. 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 Just seeing Andy all grown up and facing the fact that he has to get rid of his toys is so emotional. It's because you've gone through these toys adventure with Andy for 2 films now, and seeing kind of Andy grown up, along with his sister grown up, with only making mere cameos, kind of, and now she's about Andy's age when the first movie came out, kind of makes it more than interesting. And seeing day camp and seeing these great characters and seeing how all Woody wants to do is go back to Andy. And the emotion, and at the end, introducing Bonnie, introducing all these characters, all these places the story goes. It makes this movie enriched with emotions. And having all these characters, even Lotso, who is played up to be the villain, even he has justified motivations. And then that ending with Andy giving off his toys to Bonnie, it's so emotional in such a great Pixar. So that's about it. All 20 films ranked.